TikTok. It's been quite the comment for debate these past couple of months, considering the fact that the United States is attempting to ban it. Gotta protect us from those communists. Where are the communists at? Where are the communists? All them communists at? Where is the communists at? But essentially, it's been a big deal, a huge, humongous deal. Everybody's worried about it. Everybody's talking about it. Primarily for the reason a lot of people make it is to ban this thing would destroy our freedom of speech. And basically, I do agree to a specific point that destroying TikTok, banning it, would not help anything. It would not keep the Chinese from allegedly taking our data. Possibly, if that's a real thing. Can't say, don't know. But I do think that a lot of U.S. people are overreacting. Government people, they're going after this. They think it's a major source of propaganda. For a lot of people are overreacting. They're thinking that the Chinese are getting on your phones and TikTok and just stealing all your data. I don't know. Probably. Did the Chinese also make your phone? Yes. You know what else? Probably. Maybe. I'm not sure. Temu's a little suspicious. Did we forget about Temu? Are we just looking at TikTok here? Because there's a lot of apps out there that are a little bit sus. Essentially, though, TikTok is basically on the final stretch. It's coming down to the end, coming down to the wire. Essentially, it has been put on the spot. It has to sell its company within 270 days to sell its company to an American-based company, or it is being banned in the United States. And this is official as of 6 days ago. I believe that would be Wednesday or something last week. I'm not quite sure. But essentially, President Joe Biden signed a bill, basically, that essentially puts this into motion. The plan is in motion, the wheels are turning, and now the clock is ticking. They have to do this. They have to sell the company, or at least make an effort to sell the company. They can extend the timer, on how long this app's lifespan is. But basically, it is now a thing, right? We have 270 days of enjoyment for this device until it is gone. Unless ByteDance, the company who runs TikTok, can sell it. I highly doubt they're going to sell it. I don't know why they would sell a super productive, app that makes them a lot of money. That doesn't make any sense to me, unless they have a setup company in the United States which they can run it out of, which, if they're really as corrupt as the people in the top say they are, that wouldn't surprise me. Not saying they are, I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me. So the date is January 19th, 2025. They have to sell it by then. Now, let's look at something we've kind of talked about before, and something we haven't quite talked about before. The freedom of speech factor is a big factor when banning apps, because when you start banning media apps, you start looking like a real, you don't look real good under the public eye, right? If they were to ban YouTube, you know how much content, how much freedom of speech is on YouTube? And I get that you're not allowed to say anything, but I mean, for the moderate kind of sense of the word of freedom of speech, I feel like YouTube isn't bad. It would be like banning YouTube or the internet. It's like, no, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to watch that. And then we start getting into territory where we're no better than other countries which censor information from the people so they can use it against them. Good old-fashioned, use it for their own propaganda, basically, to control their people, to get them to think and do how they want. You start getting into that dangerous territory. And another thing that we haven't really thought about is the fact that a lot of small local businesses use this app. You go on TikTok, you do find a lot of local businesses. You find a lot of genuine, real, honest labor that you can find on TikTok. A lot of things on TikTok, right? I'm not saying they're all good. There's a lot of weird people on TikTok, as we've seen in the past. However, it would be the same thing as banning Facebook. Do you know how many small local businesses are run out of Facebook? People would lose so much traction. They would lose so much coverage even, or something like that. Basically, I think you know what I'm trying to say. The ban of TikTok would not help our economic state, I don't think, at all. Basically, we're forcing ourselves to buy something, to spend money, and in return, the people then lose money. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you want to do that? For security purposes. I don't know. I'm not a well-versed individual when it comes to data security and, that in general, to be honest with you. But I feel like you shouldn't be able to destroy people's means of expressing themselves. I'm not saying that it's good. There's a lot of bad things on TikTok, not so great, just absolute brain rot on TikTok. However, when it comes down to freedom and freedom of expression and freedom of speech, you just gotta take the good with the bad. That's kind of how it works, unfortunately. Now I'm sounding like a real communist. But essentially, this is going to impact our local businesses greatly. And hopefully, they come to some kind of solution, or else people, maybe they're just going to be smart and try and move their business off of that platform within this year period. That would be the smart thing to do. The hardest part probably is getting them to go to another website, basically, because I've said this once, I've said it 1,000 times. If you've got a centralized location for all your content, trying to pull an audience from one platform to a completely random platform isn't going to work, I don't think. But they've got to try. They've got nothing else they can possibly do. One of our real questions, honestly, should be how come nobody else's government is banning TikTok? Of all things, other people, basically, I'm going to say Britain, they've got a lot of brain rot over there that their folks make. You know how many pranksters, you get from Britain? I'm not saying that Britain's exclusive. We know America got it too. I'm just saying, I feel like it's weird that we're the only ones doing this, and it feels really strange, and it looks really strange, because it seems that all we want is to get a company with money, and we're using, people want to fill their pockets with money from this app, so they can control it. That's what it looks like. That's what it kind of feels like. I don't even know what I'm saying. Sometimes I just get on this channel and I just yap, bro. I'm just yapping right now. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But essentially, the date is set, the clock is ticking, and now we wait, we see what's going on, we see what's happening. I hope that it turns out good for everybody who needs it. I hope it turns out good for those that it actually affects. I don't post much on TikTok, to be honest with you. I don't post hardly anything worth watching on TikTok. I will, however, probably have to start posting stuff on Shorts, because honestly, it might just be the future. And a lot of people might be wondering what ByteDance, or whatever you call it, TikTok's legal response to this would be. And basically, they posted a video to TikTok saying, "Rest assured, we're not going anywhere. We are confident, and we will keep fighting for your rights in the courts." And he added, the facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail. And in a statement, a TikTok spokesperson called the law unconstitutional. This is according to CNN Business. Link will be in the description. And he said that it would devastate the platform's 170 million U.S. users and 7 million businesses that operate on the app. That is a lot of local and small businesses that would be affected by this ban, which is not good. Thank you guys for coming and watching, and as always, please leave a like down below and comment down below if you enjoyed and your take. I saw in the last TikTok video we did, somebody said about the basic local businesses, small businesses being affected, and I thank you for that comment. That was an aspect that I did not think about. I didn't think about. Thank you for that. It opened my eyes, and I was able to look into it a little bit more, and I think it's a very integral part of the conversation of this argument of ban or not ban. Thank you for that comment. And please, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. It helps the channel greatly. We're getting to 500 subscribers, which is great. Thank you, and I don't really think there's a whole lot more to say. I already stretched this longer than it probably needs to be. Thank you, and goodbye.